Hi and welcome. I'm Cheryl. This is Your Journey Yoga, and today we are going to focus on those tired, achy legs. So whether you've been really busy or you've just been standing a ton for whatever the reason and your legs are just like unpooped and you need a little love for the legs and the hips, you're in the right place. So we're going to start today, and we're actually going to kick those feet off to the left. And we're going to lean over onto that right hand. We're just going to reach it up and over. Just checking in. Left hand comes down, right arm comes up and over. Little bonus stretch is never a bad thing. Just notice what's happening through the quads, through the hips. Let's take it one more time each side. So if you have been active, I always love to hear about what you've been up to and why you got tired, achy legs. If you just need somebody to complain to, I'm here for you too. Share with me what's going on with your life. I love to hear it. I want to be a part of it, and I thank you for being a part of mine. We switch to the other side. Right hand takes a hold, and we take that left arm up and over, and we're just going to sway. Today is all about TLC, about that loving care of your body. And one more time, we take it to the left. And we come back up. And let's extend those legs out long. Just coming along the length of your mat. If you're not on a mat, it's okay. We're going to move that fleshy part of the bum away, and we feel those sit bones pressing down into the earth. We pull those toes back, sitting up nice and tall. Hands can be down by your sides or resting on your thighs. We're going to point the right toe, keeping those left toes pulled back. And switch. Just working to keep that good posture. Just notice what's going on through those legs, the calves. We switch. And again, switch. Point both feet. Lengthen those legs. Feel that stretch all along the front of the shins and through the ankles. Keeping that nice tall posture, we roll the feet to the out. Flex the feet. Pull them back. And point. Again, roll it out. Flex those feet. Bring them together. And point one more time. Roll it out. Flex the feet. Roll it together. Keep them flexed. And let's reverse it. Go out. Point. And pull it back. Roll it out. You can use your hands like I am. Sometimes it helps connect with those feet. Sounds crazy, but it works. Roll it out. Point. And flex. And then just soften those feet and wiggle your toes. Wiggle those toes. And then pull those feet back and spread your toes just as far as you can spread them. It helps if you spread your fingers. Breathe. And then soften those feet. We're going to round over. Pretend like there's a giant beach ball on your thighs. We're going to hollow our tummy and chest, and we're just going to walk those hands down the shins. A little tuck of your chin. Breathe as starting to get a gentle stretch in the hamstrings. Really nice release in that lower back. Some space in that upper back. Again, those bonus stretches, I gotta love them. If it feels good to you, flex your feet. That's going to add some intensity. If it feels good to you, start to lengthen your spine, pressing your chest forward. Feel that length. Do you feel what that just did to your hamstrings and your calves? If you need to pull your hands back a little bit, sit up a little taller, that's okay. If it feels good to you and you can keep that length, hinge it forward. Walking those hands forward. If you need to soften your feet, soften your feet. We're working to get the bottom of your tummy towards the top of your thighs. Don't worry about how far down your head comes. Just keep that length in the spine. That feels so good for the hamstrings, the glutes, and the lower back. Soften your feet and slowly walk those hands back up. We're going to pull that right knee in towards the chest and slowly lower ourselves down, pulling that right knee in. Now that left leg can stay long, or you're welcome to bend that left knee and bring the sole of the foot to the ground. Otherwise, keep it long, and let's just point and flex that right foot. Roll your ankle. Make sure you get both directions. And we're going to pull that knee in nice and tight. Just soften your foot. And then gently release it. As you exhale, pull it in. As you inhale, release it. Let's do that once more. Exhale, pull it in. and gently release it. Now release that left arm out to a T or just down by your side. And as you exhale, pull that knee up and out towards your armpit. So opening up through the groin just a little bit and release on the inhale. Exhale, pull it in, working to keep that left side of the pelvis flat so it doesn't lift. Inhale, release, and exhale, pull. Inhale, release, pulling that knee back into center, pulling that left foot in, bending that left knee, crossing your right ankle over the left. We pull the knees in, reaching that right hand through your little window, interlacing your fingers behind your thigh, or taking a hold just below the knee on the shin, whichever works better for you. And gently nestle those shoulders and the shoulder blades down against the mat. Sometimes for me, as I cross to the shin, that pulls my shoulders up and concaves my chest a little bit. I love that I can open up my chest and really draw those shoulder blades down with my hands behind my thigh. I work to press that right knee out and away. You should be feeling all kinds of love in that outer hip and the inner groin. If it feels good to you, extend that left leg and flex your foot. And point and flex. You can do the point and flex with your knee bent or the leg long. And then just soften that foot. Once again, bend that left knee and let's just rock it side to side. If rocking doesn't feel great today for whatever reason, that's okay. Just stay still. Coming back to center, release your hands, place that left foot back to the mat, and a gentle press of that right knee out and away with your right hand. Breathe. You don't have to press it. You can just stay. You can just sit. And a gentle release. Cross that right leg all the way up and over the left. Right arm extends out to a T, left hand to the top of the knee, and let both knees fall to the left. Turn your gaze out over that right arm. Huge bonus stretch for your back and just this beautiful long stretch to that outer hip on that right side. Your IT band. We're going to get all kinds of love happening for those legs. We'll get the quads. We've done some work on the hamstrings already, the glutes. We'll get those calves. Get the feet. Releasing that left hand, rolling it back to center. Extend left arm out and just gently take it to the right. Right hand to the inner thigh. You might notice range of motion is a little different here. It's okay. Turn and look out over that left arm. Just a nice stretch all through the front of that left side, through the front of the hip, through the belly. That internal rotation through that left leg. Just noticing what that's doing through that outer hip. Just always making sure that the messages you're getting are those that this feels good. This is the right place to be and not any kind of, oh my gosh, we probably shouldn't be here. Avoid those messages and slowly come back to center. Place your right foot to the mat. Pull that left knee in, hands to your shin just below your knee. That right knee can stay bent or go ahead and extend it out and feel that long stretch through the hip flexor. That feels so good. And we're just going to point and flex that left foot. You can roll your ankle. Just play with it. Just do what feels good. Notice it if you got a little hitch and you get along in that ankle. Noisy ankle, it's okay. Just be mindful, make sure that there's no pain, discomfort. And just soften your foot, extend that right arm out to a T, and we're going to pull that left knee in. Breathe. Inhale, release the intensity, and as you exhale, pull that left knee up and out towards your armpit. Work to keep that right hip flat. Keeping that pelvis level, inhale, release the intensity, and exhale, increase it just to what feels right to you. Inhale, release the intensity, and exhale, increase it, and just hold here for a moment. We pull it back through to center, pull that right knee in, cross your left ankle over the right knee. Pulling the knees in, reach your left hand through that little window, interlacing either behind your thigh or across the top of the shin, just below your knee. We're going to work to nestle those shoulder blades down against the earth. Why do I love to nestle those shoulder blades down? Well, it helps release tension in my shoulders and my neck. It helps me to lengthen my spine. There's all of these forces pulling our shoulders forward during the day, driving, on your phone, working on the computer. If we're not mindful, even when we're just walking, that when we roll those shoulders back and draw those shoulder blades down in a way, it improves our posture. So yep, I love to get those shoulder blades down as best I can. If you like, extend that right leg, flex your foot, give those arms a little pull, draw it in as close as feels good to you. I hope you just kind of get lost in the stretch, your mind can quiet, and your body is just saying, Really focusing on those exhales to let go of tension, sending love into those legs. We once again bend that right knee and just rock it side to side. If it doesn't feel good to rock, don't rock. You can make that rock as little or as big as you want. Had a beautiful day of yoga in the park today. Oh my goodness, it makes my heart happy. I love being outside. I love yoga. I love being with you guys and my peeps, coming back to center. Releasing your hands, placing that right foot to the mat. Breathe. Give a little push with that left hand. You don't have to push. Just making sure your ankle's not right on your quad. I just noticed mine had kind of slid over. It doesn't feel very good on your leg. Those bony parts of your body pressing against soft tissue doesn't feel great. And then gently release. We're going to cross that left leg up and over the right. Left arm extends out to a T. Right hand to the outside of the left knee and just gently flow both knees to the right. And turn and look out over your left arm. Oh my goodness, does that feel good? Feeling that in that outer hip, down that IT band, outer quad. Definitely some love in that lower back. That left shoulder in my neck. Relax your jaw, soften your eyes. You're welcome to place a block underneath your knees if that rotation is a little too much. We want to feel good, 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 good. And then slowly roll it back to center, releasing that right arm, left hand to the inside of that left knee, and we're going to guide it gently. This is going to feel very different than it did on the other side. Range of motion, how is it here? And then turn and look out over your right arm. Breathe. Close your eyes. Gently releasing that left hand, rolling it back to center. Pulling your left knee in towards your chest, and then the right. We're going to crisscross that right ankle over the left, and we're going to reach down, taking a hold just above the ankles, and pull those knees in. Like you're sitting in easy pose, only we're laying down. And again, draw those shoulder blades down. Shoulders down and away from your ears. There's this real tendency to kind of draw those shoulders up towards your ears. Relax them down. And then gently release, switch. Now that left leg is on top. We take a hold just above the ankles and pull it in. You can hold onto your knees. Just be wherever you need to be. Breathe, working to press that tailbone towards the mat. Really just working to make your spine as long as you can. Feel that great stretch in your hips. And gently release, hands behind your thighs. Roll to your side or rock yourself up, however you need to safely. Come up to a seated position, and we're going to sweep those feet around and come up onto all fours. Sitting your sit bones back towards your heels, walk your hands forward towards the top of the mat and just surrender down into it. Stretching those quads, glutes, little bonus stretch for your back and your shoulders. And then slowly walk your hands back up to tabletop. We're going to tuck our toes and we're going to walk our hands back. Now, if you are taking special care of your toes today, you don't need to do this. You can actually keep the tops of your feet to the mat, sitting back to your heels, and just kind of wiggle your toes. Sometimes, yeah, this is pretty intense. So sitting back on those heels. You can also tuck your toes, but be forward, so your weight's not heavy on those heels. So whatever works for you. Little stretch for your quads, huge stretch for the toes, for the arches of the feet. So those tired, achy legs can go all the way down into your feet. Find your breath. Slow it down. Close your eyes. Do your best to let go of that resistance. We come back up. We rise. Oh, untuck those toes. Give them a little wiggle. We come forward once again. We're going to cross our right shin up and over the back of that left calf, just up in that knee crease. So your right knee is going to be turned out to the side just a bit, and then we're going to sit it back onto that right leg. So we're going to give a little massage for the calf. And if you want to, you can rock kind of side to side. Otherwise, just the pressure, and as much pressure as is right for you. And then we lift, and we're going to slide that shin back about mid-belly calf. So we're going to stop at 3 points right behind the knee, mid-belly, and just above that Achilles. And go ahead and sit it back. This one's the one that always gets me. And you can move it up a little bit or down a little bit. It doesn't have to be perfectly in the middle. We're just working to find those trouble spots. Those spots in the calf where you're like, oh, hello. Getting some blood flow into those calves. You can adjust a little bit. I mean, you can move this around as much as you want to. I say 3 spots, you can have 12. So just whatever feels good to you. Move it around a little bit, up and down through the calf. Rocks or steady, whichever is right for you. You don't want to go right on that Achilles, just above it. And you can put as much or as little pressure on it as you need. When you find those little trigger spots, you can stay, you can hold, just close your eyes and breathe. And then we work our way back up the calf. So we're going to work it down and then back up. Sometimes the back up, you're like, holy, I didn't see that before or feel it before. Keep that core strong, just always supporting your back. And again, you can have 2 spots, you can have 12 spots, whatever it is. Just move that right shin up the back of that left calf. And then we're going to switch when you're ready. If you need a little more time on that left side, take it when you're ready. Now that right shin comes over the right calf, and we sit it back. And you can rock or not. So a little myofascia massage here, little self-massage. And just move it as it feels right to you. Hopefully this side's not quite so tight. I always like it when I get the worst side first. When you come to it on the second side and you're like, oh man, I thought this would be easier. Just focusing on your breath. I have a love-hate relationship with this. I know I need it. I know it helps, but man, it doesn't feel very good. Some days it feels great, but it's kind of that love-hate thing. Hurts so good. And that's where you always want to make sure that you are. When it does hurt, that it hurts so good that you know you're doing something right for your body. You're not going to add more irritation or inflammation. That goes against everything we're trying to do. So make sure that it's all good. And we don't want to overdo these, right? We just want that nice little balance, right? Always trying to balance things in our life. And we rise. When you're ready, spend as much time there as you need to. And we're going to walk those hands up. Arms extended out to a T. Shift your weight to your left knee. We're going to circle that right knee up, out, and around in front. Leaning in, hands to your thigh. That can be challenging. Pressing those hips down and forward. Breathe, nice long stretch down the front of that left leg. Releasing the hands on either side of your foot, press it back. Lengthen that right leg, flex your foot, square your pelvis, nose towards your knee. Inhale it back to that runner's lunge. And exhale, press it back. Lift the toes, square the pelvis, nose towards your knee. Inhale back to that runner's lunge. And exhale, press it back. Inhale back to that runner's lunge. Lift the chest, place your hands to the top of that right thigh, extend left arm out, and lift it high, arch it back. Breathe. Let's circle that left arm around behind, turn and take your gaze towards your back foot, fingertips reaching down towards that left leg. Little bonus stretch through the front of the shoulder, through the belly. Getting those hip flexors and your quads. Circle that left arm back up and over. Hands on either side of the foot, back it off. Arms out to a T, pull that right foot in. And now we're going to make that big circle again. Up, around, and down as gracefully as you can. Switch your weight to your right knee. Left leg comes out, around, and in front. And we lean in, hands to the thigh, chest is tall. Pelvis is facing front. Breathe. Just feel that nice stretch down the front of that right leg. Hands on either side of your foot. Take a big breath in, square the pelvis, and as you exhale, extend that left leg, nose towards your knee, flex that left foot. Inhale it back to that runner's lunge. And exhale, press it back, straightening that left leg, left toes lift, square the pelvis, nose towards your knee. Inhale back to that runner's lunge. We're going to do that one more time. Exhale, press it back. Extend that left leg. Flex those left toes. Nose towards your knee. And inhale once again, runner's lunge. Lift the chest. Place your hands to the top of the thigh. Extend right arm out. Lift it high and arch it back. Breathe. We circle that right arm around, we turn and gaze towards our back leg. Fingertips reaching towards that right leg. Little balance, little stability, opening up the chest through the front of the shoulder. Feeling that great stretch down the front of that right leg. Circle that right arm back up and over. Hands to the thigh, we press it back just a bit. Extend those arms out to a T, pull that left foot back just underneath you. Core strong, balancing on that right leg. We lift, roll, and release. Sit it back. Rest your hands comfortably if you like. Turn your palms to the sky. Close your eyes if it feels good to you. Touch your index finger and thumb. Breathe. Find a good deep breath. Sending energy into those legs. A sense of calm. Turn your palms to the thighs, and I just want you to rub your thighs pretty deep. So use those fingertips and then use the heels of your hands. Just rubbing down the tops of the thighs. You can go to the side if you like with your fingers and your thumb. Just a little self-massage. Whatever feels good. Using the tips of your fingers to gently press, just encouraging blood flow and the release of tension. All the way to the outsides of the legs, all the way down to the knees, and back in. And go ahead and slide those hands right down the knees. Walk your hands towards the top of the mat. Spread your fingers wide. Tuck your toes. Lift your hips to down dog. Should feel kind of a nice warm fuzzy feeling in those quads. Feels pretty good. We're working to get the bend out of the wrists as much as we can in our down dog and really feel that great stretch down the backs of the legs. Let's alternate bending knees. As you exhale, let both heels sink. As you inhale, lift the heels. Spin your toes towards one another, heels out, and let your heels gently sink. Just a little different stretch to the outer ankles, outsides of the legs, outsides of the hips. Inhale, lift the heels, spin those toes back or heels back towards one another, and let them sink. Taking the gaze between your hands and walk your feet in. to forward fold. Upper body heavy. Bring your hands to your elbows, hold on, and just gently sway. Just feeling that nice stretch down the backs of the legs. Coming back to center, relax your arms, and ever so slowly ragdoll your way up. A good shoulder roll at the top, and those shoulders slide down and away. Inhale, reach it high. Pull the hands to heart center, shift your weight to your left leg, pull that right knee in, interlace your fingers, support just below the knee and pull the knee in. And gently release. Fingers stay interlaced. We shift our weight to our right foot, left knee lifts, and a gentle pull. And gently release. And I want to say thank you. Hands to heart center, my friend, for joining me today. I hope those legs are feeling a whole lot better. Whatever it is that you've done, I hope they just feel rejuvenated and strong, or at least quiet and comfortable. Until the next time, light, love, and namaste.